Okay, I remembered to put my mic on this time. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Walt Disney World trip report and a little Q&A. Yes, it's been quite a few months since I went to Walt Disney World, but I'm still pretending that it was yesterday because I don't know when I'm ever going to go back, and I just want to keep reliving it. And I just thought it'd be nice to kind of talk about my whole trip. If you haven't seen my vlogs already, go check them out. I did my first ever vlog series. I did all 14 days. It was amazing. So much fun to vlog, and just editing has been so lovely. Watching back on the trip has been just lovely and a really nice way to help those Disney blues. I am going to do a video on how to help the Disney blues because they hit so hard, and I'd love to give any tips that helps me, because when you do come back, if you've not been before, it really does hit you, and it's just, I don't know, it's like this whole feeling that you get and you just want to go back, and it's like, yeah, so. But yeah, I'd just like to thank you guys for watching my vlogs. Like, it's been so lovely to have people watch them and like comment and stuff, and I'm so appreciative of everyone who's like tuned into those. As it took a lot of like editing as well, and I just thought it'd be nice to share my memories, just for myself really to look back on, but I also wanted to share it with you guys, as I always love watching vlogs. So I thought it'd be nice to make my own. So thank you so much for those who have watched them. It really means a lot. Yeah, I wanted to do a little trip report and like a Q&A, so I could delve a little more deeper into the trip, as I feel like sometimes on the vlog it was kind of like surface level stuff. I was very overwhelmed, and I just wanted to like talk about it a bit more, relive it a bit more, and just pretend that it wasn't months ago. Yeah, I've uploaded my haul now and my mega pin haul. As you can see now, I have created a pin wall. I'll be doing a lot of pin collection videos soon, ear collections videos soon, and stuff about my collection a bit more. As I'm moving forward with this channel. Obviously, I'm not always going to be on a trip, so it's not always going to be vlogs. I do have a trip booked though, which is really exciting, and that is November, and we're going back to Disneyland Paris, and it's actually going to be my first time going at Christmas, like during the Christmas season, so I'm super excited. And the Christmas season is now going to be in both parks as well, because they said they're going to do something in Arendelle, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on, and I'm going to get right into my trip report. Sounds very formal, but yeah, I put on my Instagram if anyone's got any questions they wanted me to answer about my trip, and basically to give me some prompts about what to talk about so I don't ramble on like I'm doing right now. But yeah, so if you didn't know already, we went to Walt Disney World back in January now, so quite a few months ago. But we went for 2 weeks. We flew from Manchester to MCO. We flew with Virgin, just economy, nice and simple. Yeah, we got food on the flight. We pre-booked our meals on the flight, as we are pescatarian. I am now vegetarian since coming back. I've made the whole switch now. But yeah, obviously on the trip I was still pescatarian, so I was still eating seafood. But yeah, we were able to pre-book our vegetarian meals. I would always recommend doing this if you have any diet requirements, if you are vegan, vegetarian, or if you're gluten-free, stuff like that. Make sure you pre-book this. You could do it on, I think it was the app or at least the website. Fail that, ring them up and just say, can I pre-book the meal? But the food was actually pretty good. It was like cheese and tomato pasta, something quite similar both ways. But yeah, I was kind of like a bit like, oh, what's the food going to be like? Obviously, it's been a long time since I've been on a long haul flight. I've left out the whole context. This was my first trip to Walt Disney World in over a decade. The last trip was 2013, and I went with my partner Luke, and it was his first time. So there is the context. I'm already making a mess of this trip report. Wow. But there you go. I mean, people who are watching this probably have seen my vlogs, hopefully, and then they'll know that. But if you're new here, hello. Yeah. So yeah, we flew Virgin. Flight was really smooth. Cabin crew were amazing. No issues at all. Really super easy. and we got an Uber to our hotel, and we stayed on site at Walt Disney World. We did a full 2 weeks in Walt Disney World, didn't leave the bubble, only left it once for Character Warehouse, so basically didn't leave the bubble because we still went to a Disney thing. But yeah, we stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter. I have got my Port Orleans Port Orleans Riverside ears actually, but they're still Port Orleans. They didn't have Port Orleans French Quarter ears. They had beignet ones, but the bow was quite big, so I didn't get those. But yeah, Port Orleans French Quarter is where I stayed last time in 2013, and I adored this place. It is my favourite Disney resort, even though I've only ever stayed at that one. It is just perfect, and I really want to do a video of why I love it so much, because I think it's quite an underrated resort and doesn't get talked about enough. But yeah, we stayed there. It was amazing. My favourite princess is Tiana, so it was just perfect. The rooms have recently been refurbished. They're beautiful. You can get the beignets. Just everything about that resort was incredible, and it was a perfect base for us. It's quite a smaller resort, so we didn't have to walk far to get to the bus stop, to get food, to get the boat over to Disney Springs, which was really cool, and the boat over to Riverside. The only thing I wish we did was spend more time in the resort. We used the pool once as we went in January, so it wasn't that hot, and we just wanted to be in the parks all the time. But we used like one of the hottest days to do the park, and then the next day we did Typhoon Lagoon, which I'll go into. So along with staying on site, we opted for the full dining plan. Our package did include the free quick service dining plan. However, we upgraded it as when I looked at the restaurants I'd like to go to, it made sense to just spend that little bit more to do all my dream dining reservations, all the dream experiences, and just go all out, as I just wanted it to be the most amazing holiday ever. Especially with it being my first trip in over a decade, and also Luke's first trip. And also we don't know when we would ever be able to afford to go back, so it was just kind of like, just go all out. So with the dining plan, we got a quick service credit, a table service credit, a snack credit, and our resort refillable mug. And we use this like pretty much all of it. It was only, in the end, I think we had like 1 or 2 quick service credits left over, and we had a few snack credits, but we just headed to the shop and got some popcorn and little sweets to give like family members and stuff. But that was probably about 5 snack credits. So we used them quite well, and I like planned in advance of places I'd like to try snacks from. Food locations I'd like to try. Obviously, with us being pescatarian and vegetarian, I made sure that there was going to be loads of locations for us to eat at, which there was. They're actually really good for dietary requirements and stuff like that. I found there was like options at every food location. So yeah, we didn't have any issues there. Everything that we had was like amazing, and that's like some of the questions I have is about food, so I'll get right over to them now. So I have a question which was, what was your favourite snack? Now I couldn't pick one because obviously all of them were amazing, but I've narrowed it down to 3. So we've got the Dole Whip floats. I can't remember the names, and I'm going to pop them on the screen now. But I had one in Animal Kingdom, and it was amazing. And then I had one from, I think it was called the I Lava You float. It was Sunshine Tree Tavern, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct myself. Editing, please. But that was like, I think that was like Fanta Strawberry and Orange Dole Whip float. And these were just so good. And with us having like a heat wave recently in the UK, I've just been craving them so bad. And yeah, they were amazing. So, Dole Whips. Another thing I've put down is the Mini Nitro Cotton Candy Cake Pop from Pop Eats, which was a Festival of the Arts snack. Yes, we were there for Festival of the Arts. That's so exciting. I've always wanted to do that. So, yeah, side note. But yeah, the cake pop was so good. I actually watched Nate, Paige and Mr. Morrow eat that like before we went on our trip. I was like watching videos of what people liked, and he said it was one of his favourites, and he was right because it was so good. But yeah, it was a like cotton candy flavoured cake, but a cake pop, Minnie Mouse shaped on a little stick. Obviously it's a cake pop. What am I saying? But I think it had like white chocolate on it, if I remember rightly. It was just so nice. It had such a lovely flavour. I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but it was so good. I wish I got 2 now. And then the final snack I'm going to mention before I start listing everything I ate was we did the build your own popcorn from Main Street Confectionery, and I'm going to tell you my combo now. So we got butter popcorn, pretzels, cookie crumbs, and then Luke chose M&M's peanut. But so I didn't eat those because I don't really like those. But if it was me, I would have got the normal M&Ms. So I just kind of ate around. But yeah, that combo was so good. They put chocolate sauce on it as well, milk chocolate sauce. And oh, I wish I brought like 5 of them home. I've been like dreaming about them since. They were so good. I loved them. The next question is still on the subject of food. So it is, out of all the places you ate, what's your top 3 Remy recommendations? I really enjoyed the Remy touch. Thank you very much for this. You do know I love ratatouille, so thank you. So if I was Remy, where would I eat? So my top 3, this was really hard to narrow down because I loved literally everywhere we ate. I've kind of gone one that's character dining, one that's like got a theme to it, and then another one that's just not themed but still an amazing meal. So the first one is Storybook Dining at Artist Point. Now this is character dining. It's at Wilderness Lodge, and it's character dining with Snow White, the Evil Queen, Grumpy and Dopey. And I think this was 2 dining credits, but it was well worth it. It was probably one of my favourite meals of the trip, and the whole atmosphere, the theming, the interactions, it was honestly perfect. Our server was amazing, just everything was so good. So what you had was like, it was like a little tree on the table, but it spun and they had like 3 plates they'd put down. Starters, you had 3 plates of different things. We obviously notified them that we were pescatarian, so they changed the like menu for us, so we got some plant-based stuff as well, which was really good of them. And our server then remembered that for desserts as well, because she said to us when she brought desserts out, again it was like 3 different desserts, she said it might look different to what they're having on the table next to you, but that's because those ones aren't, like, they had gelatin in. So it was really nice that she remembered that from the beginning of us just mentioning it, and that we wouldn't want like the meat option of the starter served to us, and she remembered that and brought out some that we could eat, and all of them were amazing. And there was stuff that I didn't think I was going to like as well, because I'm not usually with desserts, I'm more of like a chocolate cake person, but these had like fruit in and stuff, which sounds really silly, but it's not something I would usually choose. I'm not like an apple pie person, stuff like that. But yeah, they were amazing. I loved everything. And then for my main for my main course, I had it was called A Stroll Through Nature, I think it was called. It was like asparagus with gnocchi and like a cream sauce. It was so good. The whole meal was amazing. We were stuffed by the end of it. Like, we were stuffed throughout the whole trip. Like, the portion sizes are huge in America. So like for quick services, most of the time we shared a portion because they were just humongous. Same with the drinks. You'd get like a drink, like Luke would get Cokes and it'd be like just a regular Coke, but it would like be wham. But yeah, that's besides the point. Yeah, Storybook Diner at Artist Point was amazing. The theming in there is all like woodland and whimsical. Oh, it's so beautiful. And then the interactions were lovely. Every so often, like Snow White would go around dancing and the Evil Queen would have like a evil presence and stuff. You got given at all the character dining like a little card with the signatures on, but I was also able to get the characters to sign the book as well, if I remembered, because if you've seen the vlogs you'll see that I'd get overwhelmed and forget to ask the characters to sign or forget to get my book out. So it's a good job to give us that with all the signatures on, because I kept forgetting. But yeah, I had like a Snow White bound on, but I had poison apple earrings in. So the Evil Queen was like, I'm not sure on your Snow White outfit, but I've got representation there with the poison apples, so I'm happy about that. So I kind of won her over in that regard, but she was really good. How they do it is you have Snow White, Dopey and Grumpy come over every so often. They did actually come over twice and just like said hello and whatever. We got our pictures took. Great interactions, really, really fun interactions. And then at the end, you're given a card to say the Evil Queen's like summoned you to go and meet her, and then you get like your photo took properly, which is good because we did have the memory maker, which was such an amazing add-on. This was actually included within our package, which was incredible because when we went back in 2013 we had to buy it separately and it's a lot of money. So I found it was just, I felt really special that we had it included in our package. I don't know why, that's probably like a normal thing now within booking the holidays, but yeah, it was a really good thing to have. We've had, you know, some amazing photos. It took off the pressure of going, you know, let's go and ask someone to take our photo so we get one together. That's one of my top Remy recommendations. I really should have Remy with me. I'm going to get Remy here. I have like a shoulder pile collection right here. I'm going to have him on whilst I talk about food. If I can get the thing on. Give me a moment. There we go. Our second Remy recommendation was Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. Now, I didn't think I was actually going to like this as much as I did, and I absolutely loved it. There was just too much food again, so I couldn't finish it all. And I've actually been dreaming about this food since, and wish I just kind of like went for it and just suffered with being full, because I've been dreaming about it. They, again, they did like a plant-based version for us with everything. Which was really good. Our server was amazing. Roundup Rodeo is basically Toy Story themed. You are a toy, and then every so often it'll say like Andy's coming, and then you have to like freeze, which was really fun. The server did it like mid asking us what we wanted to order, because obviously it went off and there's nothing else you can do but freeze, and that just really made it, because you had that full interaction. You got to enter the restaurant on a like play horse, which was really fun. The theming in there was amazing. The menu was really good. This was kind of like an all you can eat, but they bring it to you, so you get given different starters, you get given a massive platter, then different sides. The mac and cheese was amazing, which was something I tried on this trip. I'd never had mac and cheese ever beforehand. It was like plant-based ribs and plant-based sausages, cauliflower, corn on the cob, stuff like that. It was like a full-on barbecue platter, but it was all plant-based, and it was amazing and just so flavoursome. And I was so impressed by it, because I've not had any like meat alternatives to those things before. I've had like sausages and stuff, but not like ribs and things. But they were really well done. If you're not a fan of like your meat substitutes, I wouldn't say it's one for you, as it was heavily based on those. But the side dishes and everything else was really good. But yeah, just a lot of food. I think that whole platter probably serves 4 people, but they don't change it depending on the party size. You can ask if you want any more. Obviously, we couldn't even finish what we had, which was such a shame. But yeah, absolutely amazing. And the desserts, you just chose one little one, which was a good way to like finish it off, because I was really worried that it was going to be this selection of the different desserts that were on offer, but luckily it was just like choose one. So I got a forky cupcake, which was super cute. I'll put a little picture in there. But yeah, that was really nice. I just really enjoyed the whole atmosphere and the food. It was so good. It was so much fun. So our last Remy recommendation is Olivia's Cafe. Bit biased, I know, I am Olivia, but yeah, this was such a good meal. It's not anything like themed or anything. It's in Old Key West Resort, which is a DVC resort, which is really nice to go and have a look at. But yeah, we went to Olivia's, and because of my name on the reservation, I was given a little Olivia's badge, which was so cute. I know it was just like a piece of paper that had been laminated, but it was like, welcome home, boss, and it was like a cast member thing with my name on it, and I was like, ah! It really impressed me. It's the little things like that really get you. But the food was so good. This was, one that it weren't, a dead fancy restaurant or anything. It was just really nice food, really nice atmosphere, and we loved it. For this meal it was a tofu curry. I can't remember exactly what kind of curry it was, but I just remember it being really, really nice. I'm a big tofu lover, so it was so nice to have some tofu. And yeah, it was nice and fresh. It was just delicious. Luke had, I think it was like the catch of the day kind of thing. That looked really nice as well. The presentation was beautiful. And then for desserts, I'm trying to remember what Luke had, but I can't remember now. But I know I had like a chocolatey cake. And what I liked was both of our desserts had flowers on from Living with the Land Pavilion. And I just thought that was the coolest thing that we had a part of Living with the Land on our plate. I was very much nerding out over that. But yeah, really good meal. Would really recommend going to that one. It's not somewhere I hear a lot of people recommending. Obviously, it's not something that's in the parks. You will have to get a bus out to dine there. But again, it was such a good one. Obviously, if your name's Olivia as well, I think it's a must. But yeah, those are my top 3 rare meat recommendations. So Storybook Diner at Artist Point, Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, and Olivia's Cafe. Oh, I've just remembered an honourable mention for places I'd recommend to eat is Eat. It's an Indian little quick service restaurant within Disney Springs, and we dined there twice because we loved it so much the first time. I have been dreaming of this food since we've left. Like I'm going to try and make it myself, but I know it's not going to be as good. We ordered like Indian pizza the other day, and it just didn't hit the same. The food was nice that we had, but it just wasn't Eat. So when we went, it was just I had a look at, we wanted a quick service, we were hungry, and I saw this place and I thought, oh, that sounds really nice, let's just try it. I'd not seen anything about it, and I'm so glad that we went. It was a Boona Pinner flatbread. Oh my god, it was so good. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've dreaming about this since. It was probably one of the favourite things that we ate. And then the second time we had it, I wish we had one each now when I'm thinking about it, but again, portion sizes are massive. But yeah, the second time we had it, we had masala fries with it, so it was just like seasoned fries, but they were so good as well. But yeah, if you want some kind of like Indian food, a mix on a pizza, they do other things as well. I've seen they do like build your own bowls and stuff, but we only tried that because we had it, loved it, and we just wanted to keep eating that. But yeah, definitely recommend there in Disney Springs. It's kind of near the Christmas shop, I want to say, if I remember rightly. It's around that area. Really good. I wish it was like a chain and that I could have it here in the UK because I'm really missing it. So we were there, we tried to make the most out of our time. We went to all 4 parks as much as we could. Parks hopped quite a lot. We did Disney Springs, we went to Character Warehouse, got some bargains, spent a lot of money, got a lot of pins. We also went to Typhoon Lagoon, which was amazing. Luke had never actually been to a water park before, so this was like his first time going to a water park, and what a water park to start with. Crush and Gusher is the best star, absolutely amazing. My next question is, who was your favourite character to meet? Now, I've gone down to 2 because it's just impossible for me to just choose one. So the first one is Figment. I have been dreaming for years of meeting Figment. He is like one of my favourite characters. I love him, absolutely love him. And I cried when they brought the meet and greet out a few years ago. I was like, I need to go, I need to meet Figment. And it was like our second day. I did a full Figment bound and we met Figment, and it was just amazing. And I literally am so happy that I finally got to meet him. So that was probably one of my favourite characters to meet, definitely. It was a dream meet of mine, and my dream has now come true, and I met a Figment. Yeah. And then the second one, another dream meet of mine, very emotional. Piglet. Yeah. I've wanted to meet Piglet since I was a baby. My plush growing up was a piglet. I had loads of piglets. I had a big collection of piglets. Always loved having a piglet with me. He's always been one of my favourites. And I've never met him. I can't believe I'd never met him before. I've seen him on like the parade float in Disneyland Paris, in the Halloween parade. I'd seen him on when they used to do the stage show in Disneyland Paris when I was a child, but I'd never actually met him. I'd met Winnie the Pooh, I'd met Tigger, I'd met Eeyore, but I'd never met Piglet. So we booked the Crystal Palace breakfast because I was like, I need to meet Piglet. So again, I did like a full-on outfit. I had to do my little Piglet bound for meeting him. Met all the other characters of the 100 Acre Wood, which was beautiful. But my first meet was Piglet that morning, and I was so emotional. It was like hugging my little best friend from when I was a kid. It's making me emotional thinking about it. Yeah, it might sound silly to some, but it's such a comfort character of mine. And that was such a beautiful moment that I'll never forget. That kind of brings me on to the next one, which was like highlights of the trip. Those would definitely be up there. Everything was a highlight, honestly. Being able to go back to Walt Disney World after so long is just a highlight in itself. I was so emotional the whole time. I still can't believe I even got to go. It's just... I think doing Keys to Kingdom tour was probably my favourite thing, that like the favourite moment of the trip, the highlight of the trip. As I was asked what was the highlight and what was your favourite moment, so I'm kind of going to combine those questions into one. The Keys to Kingdom tour was incredible. I'd wanted to do this for years, and as I was like, let's just go all out on this trip, I booked it. I want to do like a video more in depth about the experience, as I think it'd be cool to talk about, and whether it's like worth the cost, because obviously it's got a hefty price tag, but you know, if you're a big Disney fan, you love Disney park history, you love how what happens behind the magic and all that kind of stuff, it's a really good tour to go on. It's a 5-hour tour, so yeah, being able to go in the Utilidors, because if you didn't know already, Magic Kingdom is on like the first level, like there's a bit underground where all the cast members and workers are. But yeah, so we got to go underneath there, see backstage, see a lot of things. So that was probably like a big highlight of mine, because it was so cool to see. I felt very special being down there. And seeing how things work. Obviously I'm a big Disney nerd, so I kind of knew a lot of the stuff that they talked about, but it's being able to see that stuff with your own eyes. You know, I've seen so many documentaries about this stuff, but seeing it in person hits on another level, so that was just so surreal. The next question is an unexpected favourite. So what was one of your unexpected favourites? And I'm going to say Pog juice. I'm not really, like, if you know me, you know I literally drink water and that's it. Sometimes I might have like a milkshake or a hot chocolate, but other than that, I'm not a big like soda drinker or anything like that. I did like my Dole Whip floats, they were really nice. But yeah, I'm not much of a juice person. And we got given Pog juice at Ohana breakfast, I think it was, and it was so good. And then we had it again, and I can't remember where we had it. I think it might have been the Space 220. I think it was in my drink for that. Yeah, it was. I had it again. I remember I had it a few times and I just was obsessed with it. And I know I've already made a thing. I'm like, I'm going to make it home because it is just pineapple, orange and guava juice. So I need to go to the shop and try and find all those and make it myself because it was so good. I weren't expecting to love it so much. It's just so nice and refreshing. I think when we have like the hot weather again, I'm going to head to the shop and make some. Because, yeah, that was an unexpected favourite. Another unexpected favourite, I'm kind of like going to go into like an attraction-based kind of thing, is I forgot how much I loved Enchanted Tiki Room, which I think is really underrated and not a lot of people rave about it, but the songs are so good. It's so catchy and I've been listening to it so often since. Yeah, I've seen a lot of like hate over the Enchanted Tiki Room, like, oh god, like I just go, it's a one and done, or like I don't go in there at all and stuff. And I'm like, what? Like, it's so good. The animatronics are amazing, the whole vibe in there. I don't know, it might be because I just love like really strange things, but I love the Enchanted Tiki Room. And yeah, it's such a vibe. I've honestly been listening to that soundtrack so much since. So yeah, that is like one I couldn't miss. If I went Magic Kingdom, I've got to go there. So yeah, Enchanted Tiki Room, another unexpected favourite of mine. Sorry, it's the time of the day. I always do this. I always film when the sun's coming through the blinds and I've got like a stripy face. Just wanted to mention another highlight of the trip, and it was being able to experience Festival of the Arts at EPCOT. It's been like a festival I've always wanted to experience ever since they brought it out. And being like an artist myself, it's just something I've always wanted to go to. And I was able to meet one of my favourite Disney artists, Jared Maruyama. I always mess up his name, so please excuse me. But yeah, being able to see all the artwork, do the like paint by numbers mural, see some Broadway shows, see artists, see their artwork, just have the snacks, just the whole thing for Festival of the Arts is so me. And Figment is a mascot. I was able to get merch of the festival, go and see the Once Upon a Broadway, was it called? Like all the costumes and stuff. Being able to see that in person was amazing. Like, I can't explain how much it means to me being able to experience that festival. It was just incredible. The next question is, what's the biggest change you noticed between your first trip years ago and this one? So I've been to Walt Disney World twice, once in 2009 and the second time in 2013. Now, the biggest thing, of course, with it being such a long time is how much it's expanded. We've got so much more. Hollywood Studios is basically a different park since I went last. Obviously, Magic Kingdom now, the last time I went, they were building the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. You've now got the whole area that's changed. I went on the ride for the first time, which was so cool. I went on Tron, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Country Bears has changed. Obviously, they had the update, which was really good. I love that. So much, so much. Happily Ever After scene, finally. Don't. Epcot has had that whole overhaul. I got to go on Guardians of the Galaxy the first time. Got to go on Frozen Ever After for the first time. Got to go on Remy in a different area, which is really weird because obviously I'm used to the Paris version. But I loved it. Yeah, so much has changed and improved. Hollywood Studios. Now you have Toy Story Land. You've got Galaxy's Edge. I'd never been on Rock and Roller Coaster before, so that was really cool. Seeing Fantasmic again was just amazing. It was my first time on their version of Tower of Terror because I was too scared to go on it when I was younger. So much has changed. Obviously, Muppet Vision is no longer there. RIP. But yeah, just that's probably the biggest change. Obviously, Animal Kingdom as well. Pandora wasn't even built. Better Together was a thing now. Is a thing now. Yeah, just a lot of new additions. that although I've been watching them on vlogs every single day since they've arrived in the parks, and obviously since I last went, I've just been watching vlogs constantly. So it's not necessarily new, properly new to me, but it was so new and amazing to see those things in person and experience them. And everything's so much better in person. Like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I didn't realise how much you actually moved in that ride. Yeah, you're like proper moving around. And obviously when you're watching it on camera, because everything is like stabilised, you don't really see how much movement there is. Everything just felt just incredible. And I'm so grateful I finally got to experience all those new things and re-experience things that I went on as a child. I got to see, you know, my favourite show, which is Finding Nemo, the musical, the new version now. That was so emotional. Just everything is so special, and yeah, there was a lot of changes, but all good changes, and I'm really excited for all the new expansions and things to come. It gives me another thing to look forward to for the day I get to return. The final question is, what would you like to do next time that you didn't get a chance to this time? I can't pinpoint like anything that we didn't really do. Obviously Blizzard Beach wasn't open, so I'd love to go back there. But there isn't anything like ride-wise I can't really think of we didn't do, other than obviously like Big Thunder wasn't open and Buzz wasn't open. So obviously I'd love to do them next time. But yeah, there isn't really anything I can think of off the top of my head right now. I'm sure later I'll be like, oh, I should have said this. The only thing I can think of is we'd love to do more of the like backstage tours. Obviously we did Keys of the Kingdom. I'd love to do the Behind the Scenes tour, the Living with the Land one. Maybe like the Animal Kingdom tours that they do. There's so many different like ones you can do. So I think they're really special to do. They have an experience that you wouldn't normally do. So I think that would be something for next time. But yeah, just being able to go back, that's more than enough for me. I'm just super grateful that I got to go back. It's been a long time coming. If you didn't know already, I suffer a lot with like mental health. I've had really bad anxiety since after our last trip in 2013. I really took a decline, so I wasn't able to go back for a long time as I was struggling to do day-to-day activities and go out of the house. So going on holiday was like a big challenge. My ultimate goal was a trip to Walt Disney World, and I did it this year, and I'm so proud of myself. So this trip meant so much more than just a holiday. It was like a full-on goal with my like recovery and stuff. It's so surreal. I honestly, looking back on pictures and vlogs, I'm like, what? That actually happened? Like, it does not feel real. The one thing I'm a little bit gutted about is I felt poorly. Like we kind of like caught something whilst we were there. I fell ill like literally halfway through the holiday, into the second week. I got really poorly, and then unfortunately Luke got poorly as well. I think it was a mix of the temperature drop and stuff, and everyone was like coughing and had colds and stuff. But I was like really poorly, so I'm a bit gutted because I feel like I didn't do everything to the full. I feel like in the second week, because I was struggling so much, I was feeling quite ill, that I didn't do absolutely everything to the full potential, because I was kind of like struggling quite a lot. So that was my only bit that I'm like, oh, I'm so annoyed about. The only thing where I was just like, I'm poorly, I'm not going to do things to the full potential, but actually we did quite a lot in the end, and yeah, despite that, oh, what a trip. Yeah, get me back. Just want to go back. But yeah, I want to do some more like Walt Disney World videos. Definitely want to do one on French Quarter and why I love it so much. Disney Blues, stuff like that. If you've got anything else you'd like me to cover on Walt Disney World, I'd love to do some more videos, because I never want to stop talking about it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little rambly trip report Q&A thing. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe and join us for more videos. Lots of more Disney content on the way. I would like to do some more like Disney bound and stuff. Got lots of content ideas planned, and obviously I'll be doing some vlogs later in the year for our Disneyland Paris trip for Christmas, which is really exciting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a magical day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!